Louisiana's Notorious prison reopens as ICE detention center. Step aside, Alligator Alcatraz. There's a new horrific property being reopened. It's reopening as an ICE detention facility. Louisiana State Penitentiary, commonly known by prisoners as the Dungeon. Earlier this month, Governor Jeff Landry quietly declared a state of emergency because the prison was out of beds, which turned out to be a lie. This is what we're asking for, I guess, to be lied to because we're not doing enough about it. Let's give you the details. The outcome of that state emergency, the emergency declaration allowed for the rapid refurbishing of a notorious shuttered housing unit at Angola, formerly known as Camp J, commonly referred to by prisoners as the Dungeon, because it was once used to house men in extended solitary confinement, sometimes for years on end. So a rapid refurbishing, I bet that costs some money. And not to turn it into, we need housing, right? We need a lot of low income housing where it's like, it's crazy. Nope. We need to house more inmates, detainees. They kept it a secret after the lie. For over a month, the Landry administration was tight-lipped regarding the details of their plan for Camp J, and the emergency order was not picked up by the news media for several days. Well, that brings us to another point. The news media didn't pick it up because there's so much. I'm going to tell you, I don't have to be there. I can tell you what's happening. There's so much consolidation. There's so little spent on the real things as more people take profits over information over the public airways. We got a lot of people who aren't even trained to sniff out a story. They just accept whatever someone tells them. It's bizarre. So not picked up, which is why they can do this kind of thing. He's the governor and he's not even worried about it. Just keep it secret. I'm going to lie to him first and keep it secret. Earlier in September, Landry was joined by officials in the president's administration in front of the renovated facility to announce that it would be used to house the worst of the worst. Heard that before? Immigrant detainees picked up by immigration and customs enforcement agents. Here's what the governor said. Democrats' open border policies have allowed for the illegal entry of violent criminals, people who commit sexual assault, child predators, human traffickers, drug dealers who have left a path of death and destruction throughout America. The prison is known for being brutal and horrific. 1951, dozens of prisoners slashed their Achilles tendons to protest brutality at the facility. I mean, if you're going to do that to protest, it's got to be unbelievable, but they know. Medical and mental health care at the prison has likewise been abysmal. As recently as 2023, a federal judge found that the deficiencies in treatment at the facility amounted to abhorrent, cruel, and unusual punishment, resulting in untold numbers of avoidable complications and preventable deaths. That sounds like a blueprint for an administration who cruelty is the point. They like this, so this is great for them. Prison has also maintained clear visual ties to its plantation past by continuing to operate as a working farm, free labor, AKA. Mostly Black prisoners pick crops under the watch of primary white guards. And you know what some would say in America? Frankly, my dear, don't give a damn because it's a plantation, right? Today, there is ongoing litigation attempting to end the practice of forced agricultural labor at the prison, which is known as the farm line, and is required of most prisoners at some point during their sentences. Some prisoners can make as little as 2 cents an hour for their labor, and some are paid nothing at all, like slaves, and then sharecroppers who are lied to. Can't pay you. Civil rights attorneys have argued farm line serves no legitimate penological or institutional purpose. Instead, is designed to break incarcerated men and ensure their submission. This is, I hate to keep saying it, but this is written right out of a book. How do you keep a slave compliant? You got to break them. not allowed to speak your own language. Here's a Bible for you. Even further, I understand they're there for a reason, but guess what? Am I going to trust the reason across the board? No. Even further, Louisiana has been discovered to be the takeoff location for a majority of deportation flights. The Alexandria staging facility is supposed to be a short term center that holds detainees for a maximum of 72 hours. It has a 400-person capacity, detains only men. It is divided into 4 large shared rooms holding about 80 people and a separate cell block. The data showed a large amount of people detained stayed longer than 3 days with no change of clothes, medication, proper meals. I don't believe anything they tell us about max 72 hours. We know it's not true when you're not transparent. Thought he was going to give us the records, all of them, Pullman. I'll let you weigh in, Elliot. Until we
Yeah.
take it back, I guess this is what we're going to be living with.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think this is by design, and they love it. I mean, this is like their bread and butter. I think they kind of get off on it. They enjoy it. They think that this is fun for them. I think that, as you said, the cruelty is kind of the point. It always like blows my mind when they have this kind of brazenness about themselves and these kinds of decisions when you're clearly not treating human beings like they're actual human beings. I think that there's a lot of people in this country who probably have a lot of economic hardships, and this is a really easy scapegoat. And so they're just going to keep hammering it away. It's better to have these sort of spectacles, as horrific as they are, than it is to allow people to ask this administration about why they're putting regressive taxes in the form of tariffs, or why that what's going on with Epstein. As long as they can just keep cruelty as a distracting mechanism, then I think that that's a win for them, and it flies in the face of rationality. Like if the people who are here and they're not documented are a fraction as likely to be as violent. They tend to improve the economies they're in. They're not shown to steal any jobs, and yet you sort of again enter into this fantasy land with this administration where it doesn't matter. Like the truth is not relevant. What's relevant is how they can use it as a talking point to get their base riled up and have them go look over there, basically. And it just sucks that there's actual human beings that are being treated this way in the process.
Yeah. Well, they take everything, just keep
Yeah.
stealing everything from us. And we're not even lulled to sleep. I mean, it's easy for me to be a big mouth on this show and say, just until we take it back. But I'd be lying if I didn't say, who am I? I'm just little Sharon Reed in Atlanta here in my home studio, like I said, with the curtains closed. But even I think, what if like I say something that accidentally goes viral and they for a second set their sights on who's this woman with the big mouth? Who is she? That's scary. And it's become so scary for so many people. Jimmy Kimmel's fired. They had a place, didn't the judge say shut it down? Alligator Alcatraz. This is modern. It's here. And I don't know how we're going to get it back. It's not going away.